Good afternoon, Toasties. Happy New Year, everybody. How many of you know that the global temperatures, average temperatures on the earth is ever increasing constantly, steadily over last 10 to 20 years, more in effect actually. So in last 20 years or in 2 decades, the temperature has risen 1.4 degree Fahrenheit, which may not sound like a lot, but if it continues like this, like 20 years, like 1.4 Fahrenheit, it's a lot over a period of few decades. So the temperature increase in this temperature, it has that's what the study from NASA says. So what is the global warming? So a temperature increase in the temperatures throughout the world, all the places in the world, around the globe, the increase in the temperature of average temperature, that's what is the global warming. So how this happens? There is something called a greenhouse effect. Many of you know about it. Let's just discuss about it a little bit. So heat from the sun, heat radiations from the sun, when it enters into our atmosphere, some of the radiation is reflected back and some of it is absorbed by the earth. So when earth absorbs this one, it starts like warming up. Whatever the warming up, the effect of that warming up is radiated back into the atmosphere. Okay, so whatever is radiated back is absorbed by some greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. What are those greenhouse gases? Like CO2, that's called carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, methane, and many other gases. They absorb this atmosphere, this heat from the earth radiated outside. Okay, so whatever is, these gases live in the atmosphere to make sure that this earth is livable and the human life can sustain, or the animals on the earth can live on this, so it makes the whole atmosphere warm and livable. So how is this, or who is actually causing the increase in the global warming, and how is it happening actually? The main culprits for the global warming are mainly us. This is anthropogenic, generated by us. Like there is a study done by around 2,500 scientists around the world. That's what they revealed, that it is generated by us. How is it happening? How we are generating this? So we are we are revolutionizing our society by doing the more industrialization and deforestation to build more houses. We are cutting the forests, and we are generating some gases which are polluting this environment. So those are all generating these greenhouse gases. So in addition to whatever are naturally there in the atmosphere, we are adding more greenhouse gases. That means we are allowing this atmosphere to store more temperature. So that is causing the warming basically. So humans are mainly basically are causing and culprits for this global warming. So what are its impacts? So what happens if the temperature increases? Mainly like the sea level rises. How sea level rises? Because of mainly the compared to, like, there is a study done between the temperatures in the Arctic regions and the normal other regions where ice is not there. The temperature rise in those regions is like 2 times more than other regions on the earth. Because of that, the lot of ice in those polar regions is melting down. That is causing the sea level to rise. Once sea level rises, many of the people on the earth live close to the coast. Around like some 100 millions of people are really impacted by if the sea level rises by like few feet. Like a few hundred millions of people are really impacted by the flood, and so that causes the flooding. So that is a danger. It poses a lot of danger to the mankind. Also, the living beings on the Arctic region, like polar bears and other creatures, they cannot sustain the temperature changes, and we will see those creatures will no longer be on the earth basically. So we will not see polar bears, or our future generations will not see polar bears. Glaciers, there are many, glaciers are, the number of glaciers on the earth are coming down. There used to be, like in the Montana's Glacier National Park, there used to be around 150 glaciers in 1910. Now they are reduced to just 27. See how much it is reduced. Like that, there are many things like the sea, even like temperatures in the sea. Whatever the coral reef in the sea, there are like animals in the sea and coral reef, they are susceptible to changes in the temperatures. Any small change in the temperature causes problems, and the coral reefs to be bleached out or die off. We will not see any coral reef, or the animals, sea animals also will have an impact. So like that, there are many problems because of the rise in the temperatures. So what can we do to prevent this one? Try to look for like alternate sources of energy, like the energy sources that we are using, like thermal power, which is coming out of the coal, which is emitting lot of greenhouse gases. Also the fuel that we use in our cars, and all these some of the examples, they emit lot of gases. So we need to look for alternate energies, like renewable energies, like solar power or wind power, things like that. So we need to look for those alternate sources of energy, and try to promote those energy sources. And our politicians also should provide some incentives to people who are using these energies, and also levy some taxes, additional taxes on people who are going for the greenhouse, impacting the greenhouse gases. Also, the countries and as a individual, what we can do, like use the paper. We can try to move to the paperless bills, and try to look for energy saving options, like you have instead of using normal electric bulbs, you can go for energy saving bulbs, and prefer energy efficient automobiles, etc. Those kind of things we can do. So what I would like to conclude here is, try to think about the negative impacts of the global warming, and see what you can do, and try to take part into, and make some habits to use less energy and preserve some energy, so that you can stop emitting some gases. Not only that, you also can edify people around you, communities, teach other people that the impacts of this global warming, and instruct them to promote the good uses, or better habits, good habits of how to stop emitting the greenhouse gases, so that we can provide a better future, or a livable earth for our generation and generations coming in future. Thank you all.